Good morning. I'm Martinez. My name is Itzell, and today it's Favorites Friday. But we're gonna do something a little different. Now, if you know me, you know I love quotes. I always have, and I use them a lot. So I thought it would be nice to mention at least one, if not two. It just depends on the day, I guess. One quote and like what in my life happened that it was true. So, today's quote is "You never know how strong you are until it's your only choice" by Bob Marley. So, if you've been watching me, you know I have twins, and they were premature. They came 3 months early. They came in September. They were due in December. So, that time of my life, I was really young. I was 19, and it was I guess I'll just talk about all of it. It was really unexpected because I had no idea like what preterm labor looked like. My doctor always said it was to look out for it, but he didn't give any specific signs. So at the time I had chronic back pain that would come and go around my lower back. So if you don't know, if you haven't had children, apparently that's how some women have their contractions, their lower back. And that's how I had them, but I didn't know. And like at that time, I wasn't speaking really to my parents, so like I didn't ask my mom, what signs to look for. And I was living with my ex's parents, like we were together at the time. But, his mom was gone all day, so it's like, I don't know. So I just thought it's just like, my back's acting up, that's all. So I had no idea. So I didn't go to the doctor right away. So, like, if you're pregnant and you're watching this, just go. Even if it's not an emergency, just go. If they send you home, they send you home, but you never know when something is really happening, especially if it's your first time. So, yeah. So by the time we went to the hospital and they were able to get me in and to check me, they're like, "You're dilated at 7." So I started bawling because I was like, "There's no way you can stop my labor now. It's too far gone." And it was true. It was too far gone. They couldn't do anything. And because we needed to get to the hospital quick, we were over an hour from any hospital with a NICU. So that meant that I had to deliver my babies and then be separated from them, which is hard. Like, some women act like it's so hard for them to go to the nursery. Oh, trust me, to be an hour away and for them to tell you had to stay at least one night, I didn't know you could actually like demand to be sent home. I had no idea. If I knew that, I would have. Trust me, I wanted to be with my kids. Because I was so far along, they couldn't airbag me with them because it's like, what if they start delivering in midair? Like, no. So they took them like one at a time, and they wouldn't let me get up, so I couldn't even like get up and see them, which was hard. So they wheeled them by, like, as they were taking each of them, and that was hard enough. Like, I had to be separated. Not only that, my God, I feel like, I don't know now, the hospital changed like ownership, but back then they had me in the same floor as all the women that just deliver their babies, and I could hear babies crying all the time. It was so hard. So I was like, I wish they didn't do that. They put somebody in a different floor for their mental health. They just got separated from their kids. Like I feel like it shouldn't be that way. Like, I can only imagine the poor women that lose their baby and then they have to be stuck, at least for a night, there hearing babies cry. Like, it was torture for me, and my babies were an hour away. So they were sent to one of the best hospitals from what everyone's told me in the state. So that's great, but they were also in the capital. So it would be too much to come and go. Luckily, we were able to get with the Ronald McDonald House and stay out there the entire time. It was nice to be there with my kids, but it was hard at the same time because I was in college and I had to be at the hospital because if you stay at the Ronald McDonald House, you have to be at the hospital a certain amount of time. I was there all the time, regardless, so balancing having to be there all the time and doing schoolwork, there was no way I couldn't keep up because I couldn't bring my school stuff there and do it, so I ended up dropping out, which was hard, but I didn't want to miss any time with them at all, and it was a long time. Like, people think it's crazy how long I tell them. They're like, well, how long were you in there? I was like 107 days. And they're like, what? Yeah, that's a long time to be there all the time and to notice all the ups and downs and them getting better and them getting worse and all these things. And there's nothing like getting a call at midnight that your baby's coded. They're okay, but they age coded. And it's just like, yeah. It would have been nice just to tell me that when I'm like there visiting, not wake me up in the middle of the night to let me know that they're okay after almost making my heart stop. But yeah, so we had to do that. They had started therapies there. It was just physical, I believe. I can't remember if it was speech or not. It's been so long. But they had in-home therapies for 3 years when they left. Before they turned a year, me and Max split up because honestly, he wasn't active as a parent. Like, even when they were in the hospital, like, I was always doing everything for them. And before they hit 6 months, when they started sleeping through the night, I'd get up. I hardly slept because they were on a schedule where they would wake up every 3 hours, but it took me like an hour and a half to do everything for them. So I was sleeping like an hour and a half in between them keep like their cycle. So yeah, it's hard to co-parent with somebody that doesn't want any of the responsibility. They just want to show off that they have kids, like when they're all cute and stuff, but they won't change diapers, they won't bathe them, they won't do anything. So yeah, that's not gonna work because that's not how it is. It's not all rainbows and butterflies. It's a lot of work and a lot of appointments and a lot of this, a lot of that. So it was hard, just kind of carrying all that weight by myself. And luckily at that point I had reconnected with my best friend, who is also the mother of my niece, because my brother's ex. And so even though I didn't have like my parents at the time, I had her family, and my ex's mom was very supportive, so I had her as well. My aunt was there for me, and we made it through all of that. It just seemed like the whole world was crashing down, and it's just like, yeah, you are strong. You may not think so, but you're strong and you can make it through anything. Like, trust me. So, I hope you like this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like the video.